How long would it normally take to design a character?
Yeah. In my time in toys, a lot has shifted. When I started, it was more of could be up to an 18-month process. We were still making our models in wood, and the going all the way and getting manufactured and then checking back and forth, and the speed of technology, and we didn't have internet, we didn't have emails. It took a while to get notes back and forth across to China. And so now, by the time I left, 20 years later, you can bring a product to market, even a Hasbro in a big capacity, 10 months. Takara with the transformation processes, 12 to 14 months is what you really would like. I mean, with the amount of volume we were doing, you couldn't push it through the system much faster than that. But they do some products now in 6 months. Things like Hanazuki and less complex items they can do in 6 months to market, which is amazing.
Yeah, I've read online that during the design process, you guys also take into consideration repaints and recolors at the same time as you're designing it. When you do that, is it always 100% that those repaints are going to come out, or do you design it with like a maybe? Yeah,
that's a good question. It's always a maybe. It's really, let's plan for the potential so that we don't have to reinvest later. So that's when they started making the 2 heads on every item and things. So that you can plan for that redeco. Because one of the great things about the fans of Transformers is if you present a character with a new color, a new head, a new story, it's a legitimate character and it's not a redeco. It's now part of a pantheon. If you do that, if we change the head, if the paint is dramatically different, allegiance shift maybe. So those are the types of things that you plan for and you hope for the best, but there's no guarantee when those things are planned that they will come out. You're just really paying forward for the future a little bit. It costs you an extra couple grand to get that done instead of tens of thousands to reset it all up later. So it's really just a budget thing. And as a toy designer, if you're on a solid, good brand that's got good things going, maybe it's 90% of what you pitch gets made. And if you're on a brand that's rocky or on a downslide or maybe isn't as popular, you might pitch 100 ideas before 20 get made, or even you might even manufacture a few that just don't make it. The line died before that item could have been. Those 14 months were up. I dealt with that a few times on things like Beat 'em On and Beyblade, more than Transformers. Transformers, we have a good plan. I think Hasbro knows its market, and for the most part, everything cycles through on a pretty regular basis. So everything that gets made usually kept going.
Hi. You were just saying that 90% of the time the things got made.
Yeah.
Was there anything that sticks out from that 10% that didn't get made, that you couldn't get made, that you really wanted?
Oh, yeah.
Either from a logistical side, a corporate side, it just didn't work out. Can you think of any of those?
My favorite one was when we were pitching movie 1, it was an opportunity clearly for the brand to take on a new position, to do role play, to do helmets, to do soft goods Transformers. It gave us an opportunity. So one of those things that I saw was like, well, this will be the first giant robot movie that's made by a major motion picture company and made with a real director and stuff. All due respect to RoboJocks, but so I presented essentially a jumbo Machinder Optimus that would have been exactly in line with what Super 7 does now and things, and we had it all planned out. It was kind of laid out in a rough form. That was going to be one of the last items I physically designed. So I was excited about it. I was going to have a couple little pieces that would easily be lost, for the long-term collector benefit, just like those old Shogun Warriors are. And Hasbro could not figure out how to put it on Walmart's shelf. So if you notice, there's been a few items where the legs have been chopped off, so they fit in the box, and you kind of that was the issue with that one. It was prior to Mattel making the big Batman and all those big Star Wars items that now somehow they get shipped in from China or Mexico easy. But back in 2007, there was just no precedent for a palette of tall toys. So that's the one that probably hurts the most for me personally, because I collect Shogun Warriors. And so, yeah, that's the one that sticks out to me.